Hello everyone, this is World Conspiracy Daily, WC Daily. Race between India, China, Japan in getting Iran's oil fields. India's oil import from Iran have fallen to their lowest since 2016 of June. Shipping data shows impossible retaliations for Tehran not awarding a gas field development to Indian companies. India, Iran's top oil client after China, shipped 487,600 barrels per day. In May, about 9% less compared with April and nearly 40% less than the peak registered in October. According to the ship tracking data obtained from the source and data compiled by Thomson Reuters Oil Research and Forecast. Most Western-led sanctions against Tehran's nuclear program were lifted in January last year, and India's Iranian crude imports began climbing 2 months later in the March. In the fiscal year of March 2018, though India has said its plans to order about a quarter less Iranian crude due to snub over developments of Iran's Farzad B gas field. We stood by them in the difficult times. We still buy substantial amounts of oil from them, and we expect reciprocity from Iran. The Indian Oil Minister Dharmendra Pradhan told reports on Wednesday when asked if India was still hopeful of getting a developmental rights for the Farzad B field. Following years of seeming a reapproachment over the field, Iran has likely reached an agreement on the concession with Russia's state-controlled gas giant Gazprom. Russian and Indian media have already reported it. The Iran last month said India had not offered an acceptable proposal on Farzad B development. Sri Paravai Karasu of energy consultancy FGA said India's lower Iran imports were a reaction of Iran's decision to award the gas field to Russia and the availability of cheap grades like those from Russia. India was one of 4 countries, China, Japan and South Korea being other 3, that continued to import large amounts of Iranian oil after the sanctions were toughened in 2012. Some of the drop in imports from Iran may be due to lower demand. Overall, India has imported about 4.2% less oil in May compared with April. Due to the shutdown of 1,800,000 BPD, the Badinda refinery for upgrades. In the first 5 months of 2017, India's oil imports from Iran still jumped about 64%, the data showed. The first 5 months of 2017, India's oil imports from Iran still jumped about 64%. While Iran's oil export to India are stalling, supplies to Europe and Turkey hit their highest level since the lifting of sanctions in 2016. Iran continued to be India's biggest oil suppliers for the second month in a row in May, followed by Saudi Arabia. Middle Eastern oil in May accounted about 65% of India's overall imports, compared to the 71% of a year ago, while the import share of Africa and Latin America have risen, the data showed. The shift is likely a result of effort led by the Middle East-dominated Organization of Petroleum Export Countries to cut the production to prop up oil prices. So what do you think of India's acquiring oil field in Iran and rejecting by Iran? Or India will be letting other African nations and Latin nations to import oil? Post your comments below, and if you like this video, please give us a thumbs up and follow us on social networks and subscribe to our channel. And thanks for watching. This is WC Daily. Think big, think different. Bye.